I think I've seen a shapeshifter. So okay, let me clarify that I am open-minded when it comes to these things. But unlike some UFOologists or extraterrestrial researchers, I'm not really obsessed with it. I don't think about it much, but I do believe that it'd be madness to think we were alone in the universe. Anyways, let me get to the point. Today, I walked to the bus stop to go to university. At the stop, there was this tall guy with a long nose. He had messy black hair and a 5 o'clock shadow beard going on. Something about him seemed strange to me though, because he was constantly smiling. There was this odd smile on his face as he glanced around. He would look at me quite often, though he would shift his gaze as soon as our eyes met. So the bus arrived and we all got on it. He sat at the back somewhere, but I didn't really pay attention to him that much. It was just really odd to me that he was constantly smiling, that's it. Eventually, he pressed the button to stop the bus at where I was also stopping at. We both got off, but there was no one else, just us. He was walking in front of me, and we crossed the road together and entered a park. Again, there was nobody around the premises as far as I could see. Then I saw him sit on the nearest bench. That's when I passed by in front of him, and noticed that he had a different face. Blonde hair and no beard. I was absolutely dumbfounded. He whipped out his phone and said something and went back to where the bus stopped instead of proceeding forward to enter the university. I'm sure that it was him. It was only me and that guy who got off the bus, and I could see that that was indeed him while we were crossing the road. He was also still smiling. He had that same dumb smile on his face until I passed in front of him and noticed that he had a totally different face. I spent the next hours pondering if I was hallucinating or not, or if I had zoned out and thus failed to notice this blonde guy somehow making his way there. He wasn't walking that far in front of me, and I couldn't see anyone else ahead after that guy walked back to where the bus dropped us off. This is all really strange, and I'm just wondering if any of you had similar experiences. Let me know down below. I am interested in hearing them. I saw a shapeshifter, alien. I am by no means a religious person. I've never seen anything supernatural before. I do believe in aliens, other life outside of this planet. Even some of the myths that people seem to believe in, such as Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, even mermaids. But what I saw the other day was real and nobody believes me. Although if someone else told me this, I probably wouldn't believe it either. It was Friday, March 18th, 2016. I ordered some hiking boots and they just got here that day. The weather was nice surprisingly, since it rained so much in Washington, so I decided to go hiking. I went to Capitol State Forest near Olympia. There was no one there, no traffic, no anything. It seemed kind of boring. I was just walking down this trail next to the road. But then a car comes driving by. It was comfortable and the top was down. I was crouched in the trail hiding so he wouldn't see me. The person stopped the car for some reason. He was a white man, short black hair and had on sunglasses. All of a sudden he changed. It was fast, like a blink of the eye. And then he was a red man, bald with small black horns on his head. He was wearing a black jacket. I only saw it from the waist up because it was in the vehicle. I was staring at this thing for a full minute trying to put this thing together. I thought, no, this can't be real. Thinking of other explanations, but there wasn't any explanation for this. What I saw was real. After this minute, it just drove off. I was scared shitless and just stood there for a couple minutes after that. I eventually went to the road where the car was and examined the area, but there was nothing. At first I thought I saw Satan, but I highly doubt that would be him. Then I thought it could have been a demon. But what makes the most sense to me would be a shapeshifter or an alien, or a shape-shifting alien. People think I'm crazy, but I know what I saw. I wish I would have recorded it, but my phone was the last thing I was thinking about when I saw this creature. I have so many theories of what it could be. What if it is an alien from Mars? We're trying to turn Mars into Earth. So if there is life there, it would make sense for them to come to our planet and observe us, right? Or it could have just been an alien from another planet, or just a shapeshifter in general. I'm not 100% sure what it was, but I'm 100% sure that this thing that I saw that day, it was not human. Shapeshifter in my house. Anyone ever experienced one before? This is an encounter. Oh, man, I actually saw this thing a few times. All at a rather quiet night. Now, the first one when I was around 10 or 11 years old. It took the shape of my babysitter at that time, and she was washing her hair in the indoor pond beside my bedroom. I walked over to her and asked her why she was washing her hair there, when I heard my babysitter ask me who I was talking to from the other side of the house. The hair-washing babysitter disappeared when I turned my head back. The second encounter I had was a few years later. The house was pretty dark, except for the study room, which had a little light on it, where I was, and the computer room, where my brothers were at the time. I could see one of my brothers clearly walk towards the dining room fridge area from where I sat. Being the jerk older sister that I am, I walked up to tease him. He was supposed to lose some weight for school. It's a Singaporean school system thing. This entire walking was 5 seconds top, like the distance itself was 5 seconds to walk by. But by the time I got there was no one in the dining room. There was no way he could sneakily get around me, as there was only one entrance/exit that I saw the entire 5 seconds journey. The most recent encounter I had with this thing was a few weeks ago. I was visiting my parents, and had spent the entire evening inside the study room reading, and mainly accompanying and talking to my mother. As I walked to the restroom, which is situated besides the family room, I saw my babysitter sitting in the couch. Now, this is weird because she's not working here anymore, and I don't hear any guests coming or going this whole time I was there. So, instinctively, I proceeded to walk towards her and greet her at the same time. She disappeared right in front of my eyes. Has anyone else ever experienced this before? I think I saw a shapeshifter. Now, I posted this over on the occult subreddit, but don't think it's gonna get much attention over there. So I thought I might try my luck here, on Reddit Paranormal instead. A year or so ago, I was looking out the window of my home and saw a large vulture-like bird sitting atop a tree branch, which I found weird, considering vultures exist nearly everywhere in the world except Australia, where I reside. The distance it was from me at this point was probably like 20 to 30 meters away. I pointed it out to my mother as she walked past, and she confirmed to me that it was some large hunched over bird of prey. So I wasn't hallucinating this, I wasn't imagining this. Thus, I continued watching it after my mother walked away, and noticed it started shrinking. Its whole body shrunk and contorted. Then, what was left sitting on the branch was a crow, which then flew off directly over my house, allowing me to get a good look at it and confirm that it was a crow. I hadn't thought anything of this until this week, where my mother and my father had both told me that they saw a vulture-like bird sitting on that same branch, and it changed into a crow and flew away. It happened again. I mean, is this a cause for concern? What exactly is this creature, and being recognized as in mythology, is it a shapeshifter or is it something else? Any information would be greatly appreciated. Or if you could confirm we're all crazy, again, greatly appreciated.